Alert! You have been disconnected from Red Dead Online due to a fault on the Rockstar game service. We've all got this issue and more. Are these issues causing you to stop playing? Let's see what the community has to say in this week's community response video. Howdy Cowpoke, AustinBMhtX here, and thanks for joining me in this week's community response video. So this week's question we posed: currently there are numerous issues in the game and we all know about them. Will these issues cause you at any time to quit playing if they don't get fixed? Or will you just keep playing because this game is awesome? So tons of people jumped into the community tab and commented on what issues they're having right now, what they're dealing with, and their thoughts on all of them. And this is what we got in this week's video. So Red Dead Online is set to be a year old next month. Well, kinda. It did come out end of November. We jumped right in and started playing it. It technically was in beta, so maybe we can't say it was a year old. It did come out of beta in May when the big spring update came out. And then this last update we got for summer was the big first time we got a major content update and addition for Red Dead Online. We've been playing since the beginning. We've been dealing with issues, not consistently, but over and over again, and we've still been playing this game. Of course, the biggest issue we've been dealing with are the disconnects. The disconnects have been around, guys, since the beginning. So don't think it's a summer update or Frontier Pursuit update issue. More people on the game. This game was huge in online when it first hit beta almost a year ago, and there were still disconnect issues then. There has been disconnect issues for the last year. I'm not sure if they've gotten any worse. Maybe they have, because we for a while didn't get anything at all, but recently we've started to get a couple every other day. Recording this footage behind us here, we actually got 4 in one night. This was just like last night from me recording this video, which would have been Wednesday night this footage was from, and it was not good at all. Very bad. Other big issues that we've had: camp issue, weird horse issues where your horse won't move, or you have no tail or mane. Animal issue is huge right now. Two major issues that are affecting one big aspect of the game, and that's the trader role with the camp and the animals. And that definitely, I think, is hurting the game quite a lot. We've kind of gone away from playing the trader role a lot and focusing on camp because just can't get camp to spawn. When I do, we do one thing at camp and then we go do something else, and by the time we do that, the camp is gone, and I just keep forgetting to work and work and work to get camp to stay open and stay up. And then when we need animals, they're nowhere to be found. Although there are some workarounds right now, and we may be talking about that in this video. Maybe we'll get another video out after this weekend after we do some more testing on these fixes and see if there's anything we can do that people have mentioned to be able to help with these issues. Disconnect issues, I know I definitely recommend everyone goes Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi. That helped me out a lot at the beginning. Still helps me out, I think, a lot as now. Another big thing is port forwarding. If you don't know anything about that, definitely Google port forwarding for games. Maybe we can even make a video on that and actually how to do it, because we actually have one of our great posse members, Bandana, who actually got disconnected all the time with us, and he finally went in there and did some port forwarding. He's actually had a lot better connections, although we've definitely had some issues with it. It's not going to fix everything perfectly, but it may help. And animals as well, there are some fixes or workarounds that help you get animals to spawn a little bit. And we'll talk about this with some of the comments that are coming up now. So going over the comments, we definitely can see the trend on all these major issues that are happening. Including Benjamin says definitely the camp not spawning and the disconnect issues that we just talked about. Rob Hope says, I had issues lately where the horse spawn with no saddle, no mask, and random skins. We've seen that quite a lot too. J-Mac says, I just really hate the small game animal nerf. We're not aware of that one, man. I don't use those too much, but that sucks. And what's the actual point of the tracking arrow? Does anyone actually even use it? So are they adding stuff that no one even uses? Does anybody even use the tracking arrow? Martin says, getting frustrated about not able to put up your camp. Took over an hour. What's going on? Shoe Game says the camp not pitching, the disconnect are the biggest issues. We're always around animal spawns, but overall, he still loves the game. And ladies are awesome. Oh, how'd that get in there? It says crap gamer, ugly as buck. No idea what you are talking about. Nobody likes you. All right, we'll just get past that one because that's a troll. All these guys have this in common, except for ladies are awesome. Camps, disconnects, some weird nerfs that we got going on. Horse issues with the mask and random skins and no saddle. We've seen that one quite a lot. And just plain old issues. And will this cause you to quit playing the game? That's the biggest thing that we're asking here. Are you still able to push through? Are you still able to play? Or are you frustrated to the point where you're just going to put the controller down? So one thing we've noticed is the camp issue, and more importantly, the animal issue, seems to be related to how many people are in your lobby. We've got Rebel TMPS says, I've noticed with about 5 of us in a session, everything worked flawlessly. Deer ran in packs of 5 or 8, dynamic events everywhere, was in redemption heaven for about 45 minutes. Then the session filled up 25 and everything just went to hell. It filled up as I was looking for bird eggs. Boy, I was pissed when all of a sudden no eggs on the ground, no eggs in the tree. There were animals like crazy. Then as soon as I could itch my arse, they were gone. And yeah, great game when it works. I was excited again. That's awesome, Rebel. That's what you're seeing too. There is a way to get into, I wouldn't call them private lobbies, but when the bounty hunter missions or any other mission put you on a black screen, it definitely sends you into a new lobbied session and starts to refill that up. I don't know why it does that, why Rockstar just doesn't keep you in there. I think it's some kind of an issue. But when that happens, you can see animals everywhere. And like Rebel said, it's redemption heaven. A great way to go do your material resupply missions and need stuff for crypts. Do those bounty hunter missions. Try to get into one of those solo sessions. And animals are everywhere. I know it's definitely not a fix, but it's definitely a workaround for right now. Maybe we'll get a video on doing some testing on that. See how well it works. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see something and in relationship to that. Maybe we can get that worked on. But definitely when there's only a few people in your session, the game works fantastic. And there's animals everywhere like it used to be. And I don't know if I've ever noticed it this bad with animals. I don't know why there's such a big issue. Not sure if now with the trader role, everybody is hunting now. So there's just, when there's that many people in a lobby, more people are out hunting, which causes animals to not spawn. I don't know. Rockstar definitely needs to get that one fixed. So there's definitely a few of you that have been having major issues with the camp as well, just like we have. Chris here says, like you said, the supreme problem with the game, to me, is the camp glitch. Along with that, it's super annoying that they added a hunting-based role and then removed animals from the game. I don't think they removed them. Definitely is an issue. Still love the game though. Would really like a Supreme collab in the game. I like tacos too, man, especially Supreme ones. And a couple people are looking at the workaround for here, like Shams. He says he thinks the camp issue can be annoying when you first log in, but what I always do is hop into a mission, mostly bounties, and then during my mission I set the camp of desired location. For some reason this seems to work for me always, and it didn't glitch even anymore. We'll definitely be working on that this week and probably checking that out as well. So he's putting up a mission. He's putting up his camp while he's in the mission. Mike says if anyone gets their camp to spawn, just go into a stranger mission and it'll spawn right after, like clockwork. We haven't done any stranger missions since the Red Dead Frontier Pursuits update came out, so maybe we'll try that. So do a stranger mission, and he says that your camp will spawn right after that. We'll check that out, man, and thanks for the support. Vosk says even though there's a lot of glitches in the game, most of them have workarounds. He says the camp find an area where no one is, aka New Austin is popular. That's a good option as well. Camps definitely with more people in them, more people using their camp, more people wanting to spawn their camp, definitely can fill places up quite a lot. So definitely try that as well. If you spawn in, when you spawn into the game, usually you spawn into an area where people are. So try dropping your camp way away from that spot. That might help as well. So moving on with all these glitches, or I don't even like calling them glitches, with all these issues, just like that. Do you still play the game every day? Are you going to continue to play the game every day? And here's what a few people have said. So Puzzle J75 says, he's had an issue with griefers lately. That definitely always sucks, man, especially when they get bored. He also has an issue that none of us, or I haven't heard about before, where his character's face randomly changed on him just a while back, and he had to use his free character editor to get it worked back to normal. That's pretty crazy, man. But he does say he's very upset about that, but he got over it. For the most part, still a great game, and I don't think it could ever make me stop playing the game for good. He's always been a Rockstar fan. Would take a bunch of really bad stuff to make him stop playing. Of course, I do take an occasional break to play their games, but he does love it. NBK Outlaw says, answer our question, he'll never give up on this game. Definitely the best game he's ever played. Yes, the camp and animal spawn issues are more than frustrating, but his love for the game is unconditional. That's the way we feel too, man. I don't think there's going to be a game that compares to this in quite a long time. If you've played story mode, you've kind of invested in the online just because you know how the story works out and how that goes and just how in depth it is. Hopefully they get that much stuff into online so you can build your own character into that much of a story, and that's what we're hoping for in the future. And so is Mystic Mike. He says Red Dead Redemption 2 is in its infancy. It has a big brother called GTA, which has been out for quite a while, right? But is nowhere near as mature, but the gameplay and the surrounding environment is immersive to say the least. Going to stick around to watch it grow up, and I know Rockstar's listening. They hear the complaints. I just hope they get it under control before too many fall away. See you out on the prairie, Kyle Poke. Well, Mystic Mike, I'll definitely make sure to see you out on the prairie as well, man. And that's the way we feel too. If you look at Rockstar's two big games, right? They've had quite a few, but GTA is huge, right? GTA 6 is probably coming out sometime soon. GTA Online has been out for, I think, 5-6 years at least, right? And it's took years to get that game to anywhere near where it is right now. I know we're all frustrated that Red Dead Redemption is not where we want it to be right now, but I know they're working on it. I know they have a plan. I know it's going to be fantastic, and I know I'll be there. I hope you are too. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, and just good old-fashioned fun. Make sure you check out the community tab for next week's question and get your comments featured when we ask, would you be interested in console crossplay? Why or why not? Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.